It's hard to imagine life without our furry little companions. For many of us, dogs are considered family. We love them with our hearts and hope they love us just as much in return. But sometimes, it's hard to tell whether or not our dogs love us. They may be good at faking it, but there are some telltale signs that your dog may not be as in love with you as you are with them. Here are 20 signs that your dog doesn't love you, even if you think they do. Number 1. They don't follow you around. Dogs are naturally social creatures and love being around their packmates. If your dog isn't following you around from room to room or always wants to be near you, it could be a sign that they don't have the same strong bond with you that you have with them. Number 2. Avoids contact with you. If your dog avoids spending time near you, including playtime, your dog might not like you. Note: dogs do have personal preferences for how they show attention, and not all dogs are cuddly. That doesn't mean they don't like their people. They might just prefer to play or do something more active than lounging around. Number 3. They don't want to play with you. Dogs love to play, so if your dog doesn't want to play with you or ignores you when you try to engage them, it may be a sign that they don't see you as their friend. Number 4. Your dog refuses to accept treats from you. If your pup refuses to accept treats from you, it may be a sign that they don't trust you fully or don't feel connected to you. To help build their trust and love for you, start off by offering them treats when you call their name or give them commands. Additionally, practice positive reinforcement training, such as rewarding them with verbal praise whenever they do something right. With consistent effort and patience, your pups should start trusting you more and accepting treats from you in no time. Number 5. Your dog growls or barks at you. Growling and barking are both canine communication tools, so if your pup is doing this in response to you, and not a stranger, it could be an indication that they don't feel comfortable with you. Instead of punishing them for their behavior, consider giving them more space and working on building up trust between you and your pup. Number 6. Your dog ignores commands. If you've been teaching your pup commands for months, but they still refuse to obey, it could be a sign that they don't love you. Dogs naturally crave attention and affection, so if your pup isn't showing any interest in listening to you or responding to commands, it could be a sign that they don't feel as close to you as you'd like them to be. Number 7. They sleep in another room. Dogs are loyal creatures who often sleep beside their owners in bed or on the couch out of sheer companionship alone. If your dog sleeps in another room or in their crate instead of snuggling up next to you, it may mean that they don't feel as close to you as you think to them. Number 8. Your dog ignores you when you call. When you call your pup's name, do they ignore you? Dogs are naturally drawn to their owners and will usually respond when called upon. So if your pup doesn't seem to care that you're talking to them, it could be a sign of a deeper issue. To help your pup understand that you're trying to communicate with them, make sure to use their name often and reward them when they acknowledge it. With consistent training and patience, your pups should start responding on command. Number 9. They show their teeth when you approach. In addition to growling, some dogs may also show their teeth as a sign of aggression. If your dog does this when you approach or try to pet them, it's a clear sign that they don't trust you and may even be afraid of you. Number 10. They don't like being groomed. Dogs typically love being brushed and pampered, but if your dog hates being groomed or tries to run away when you bring out the brush, it may be a sign that they don't feel comfortable with you touching them. Number 11. Your dog doesn't want to be touched. Not cuddling or nuzzling, avoiding physical contact, and avoiding being petted are signs of a lack of affection in dogs. Most dogs love cuddling or some sort of physical contact with their humans. However, if your dog doesn't like you, they might avoid physical contact altogether, often walking right past you without engaging. This can be heartbreaking for pet owners who enjoy snuggling with their furry friends. There could be several reasons why your dog is not cuddling or nuzzling with you. They might be feeling anxious or stressed, or have experienced a traumatic event that has affected their behavior. Observing your dog's behavior and seeking professional help if you notice any significant changes in their behavior is crucial. Number 12. Your dog doesn't respond to their name. If your pup isn't responding to their name, it could be a sign that they don't recognize you as their owner or don't feel connected to you. To remedy this, start off by teaching your pup the basics such as sit and stay, and use their name frequently when giving commands. Additionally, be sure to reward them with treats or verbal praise whenever they respond to their name. With consistent practice and positive reinforcement, your pup should start recognizing their name and feeling closer to you. Number 13. They don't listen when you talk to them. Dogs may not understand every word we say, but they certainly appreciate our tone of voice and the overall meaning of what we're trying to communicate. If your dog tunes out when you talk to them or doesn't make eye contact, it may be a sign that they view you more as a roommate than as their beloved owner. Number 14. He refuses to wag his tail when he sees you. A telltale sign that a dog is excited to see you is wagging his tail. He will hold the tail higher than its natural position and wag it furiously. This behavior is evident when playing with other dogs. Sometimes he adopts a playful stance with the bottom elevated, inviting you to play with him. However, if he dislikes you, he may tuck away his tail. It could be he feels scared, nervous, or extremely submissive around you. Some dogs tuck the tail against their belly or between the rear legs, especially when feeling defensive. Remember, dogs are emotional, and if scolded or spoken to sternly, they recoil and avoid their master. Talking softly and soothingly reestablishes trust. Number 15. They try to get away from you. Dogs sometimes try to get away from their owners if they're feeling scared or threatened. But if your dog seems uncomfortable or stressed in your presence, it may be a sign that they don't feel safe with you. If you've been paying attention, you may have noticed that some of these signs are similar to your dog's behaviors when they don't like you. While it's important to remember that not all of these behaviors mean that your dog doesn't love you, it may be worth trying to figure out what's causing them to act this way. If there is a problem and your dog doesn't seem as close to you as you would like, feel free to leave a comment below, and we can try to help.